Welcome to Kunda. You're a salvager, right? You'll need to see Administrator Adare to get access to the ruins. If you need directions to anything else, just ask.
Do you know who Garevic is?
Garevic is a salvager.
That's the one.
The worst one of the lot. Try to stay clear of him. He's a dangerous one to cross.
Where's the Administrator?
Her office is directly behind this room. You really can't miss it. She can see you now if you like.
Yes. Why does everyone think I'm a salvager?
You're not. The only heavily armed people that visit us are either salvagers or mercenaries. And you don't look quite gritty enough to be a mercenary.
You gotta be kidding me. You have to be kidding me. I look the grittiest. I am the greediest of grits. Look at her. Look at me. Also, admittedly... Anyway, I'm in my bathrobe. It's whatever. What do you have in Kunda?
The things that would most interest you are our weapon merchant Anzeron, the leader of our militia. Akere is still around here somewhere too. He sells droid components.
Where can I find the weapon shop?
Just go to the central corridor and make a right. His shop is the first on the right.
Why would I need to see Zeron?
If you get into any trouble, he's the person you'd contact. Unfortunately, recent problems with the salvagers and mercenaries have kept him quite busy.
Oh, okay. Well, like what problems?
The mercenaries cause disruptions for some of our outlying settlers. They are a constant source of friction for us. I hear the salvagers are having some internal problems too.
This is very interesting. Could you go into more detail?
No, I couldn't. If you're really interested in that, just speak to Zeron.
Okay. I have to go then. No, can I ask you about something else?
Certainly. What do you want to know?
Nothing. It's good. Let's see what he says. Let's also save the game, and this computer is making a lot of noises. Let's see what he says when I have my lightsabers out.
Welcome back to Kunda. How can I help you?
That is very silly. Excuse me. What is this? Is this a corridor, or what's going on? I'm not going to have my lightsaber out just in case these guys get upset.
A lot of people here hate Jedi. But when they were here, they tried helping us. I don't blame them.
Oh.
A lot of people here hate Jedi. But when they were
Okay.
here,
Are you waiting for the Administrator too? You won't have to wait too long. But if you want results, now that you may never get here.
Why not?
Kunda's like a droid without his power cell. Useless. We have problems all over, and the most you can get out of the Administrator is a pat in the back.
I'm sick of all their excuses and empty words. I need justice now.
I fought in the war, and I know how to use my blaster rifle. If the Administrator or Zeron doesn't do something, then I will.
What exactly is your problem?
Salvagers are the problem. They strip bare the ruins that belong to the people of Dantooine. Then they sell what they find back to us at inflated prices.
I'm not a violent man. I've had my share of it in the war. I sincerely hoped I could just hang my blaster rifle on the wall as a souvenir for my grandchildren.
But I can't farm without my equipment.
Wait a minute. I understand the principle of, the people of the land should have first dibs, I suppose, on the riches of the land and whatnot, and there's definitely outside influences coming in and destabilizing all the stuff. But he just said that the salvagers, they steal the stuff from the ruins and then sell that stuff to them at, quote, inflated prices. As if, A, there was such a thing as a non-inflated price, which requires, a MSRP, which it's freaking artifacts from ruins. And secondly, why are they even selling them to them? Because it's artifacts from ruins. You're not getting potatoes out of that. You're just getting knickknacks and whatnot. What? That's weird. It feels like a throwaway line as well. That's the thing. It was the first line in a 4 or 5 paragraph dialogue of him, where it's just the first line. So it's like the lines that they paid the least attention to. So you just don't, because they don't stick in your head. It's the first lines, and you're paying attention to what's going next. But for me, it's the opposite. I pay attention to the first line, and I get very upset about them. The salvagers stole your equipment, you say?
Well, yes and no. I brought my moisture vaporator to Kunda to be serviced. On the way back to my farm, I took a shortcut next to the Enclave ruins. Damn Lagrix came out of nowhere. I had to run before they made a meal of me. When I returned to retrieve my equipment, the salvagers had already stripped it bare.
Are you sure it's a salvager?
My farm is the closest to the Enclave ruins. It has to be someone nearby. And if the mercenaries wanted it, they'd just take it in broad daylight. The closest place besides that is the salvager camp, so it has to be them. You ever met one of them? Thievery wouldn't be too far a stretch for any of them. The other day I had to take a shot at one of them. Soon someone is going to get killed, and Dantooine has enough trouble without that.
What did they steal?
A lot of farming equipment. It's not even valuable, just important for the moisture vaporators and hydroprocessors. The thief must be desperate for credits.
Why doesn't the administrator help?
It's hard to deal with womp rats when you got a gundark on your back. I believe she'll get around to it, but I think by then it'll be too late.
I understand that the wheels turn slowly on this sort of thing, but my crops are in immediate danger. The salvaging laws on Dantooine are a mess, and in my mind, they favor the salvagers.
Is there anything I can do to help?
I suppose you could. Actually, you almost look like a salvager.
If you could go to this salvager camp and convince the salvager Joran to return my modulator, I would be very grateful.
I'm not rich, but I have some souvenirs from the war I could give you.
If you want my help, you'll have to cough up more than a couple of dusty old war trophies.
These war trophies are advanced weapons that some of the Sith troopers had. Heavy ordnance, which wouldn't be much good for defending my home.
I might be able to offer more if you take care of the problem, though. Can you help me out?
I'll see what I can do.
That's great. I'm certainly not getting any help around here. If you need to know anything more, just ask me.
HK-47 is really upset that I offered to help anybody. Oh, man, just stick in there. It's going to be fine. It was weird that I couldn't be like, it's your problem. I don't care. You're terrible, and your mother smells. But, you know, you can't be dark side all the time. And besides, I don't need to be dark side anymore. I will be dark side because it's a lot of fun. Because, you know, it's ridiculous and ridiculous. But don't T-pose at me. I know you're not T-posing.
Your luck is not of the hapless settler. You are the newcomer that lands in a battered ship, yes. No friendly greetings are here for you.
Did you ever learn manners? I don't know that thing is light side or dark side. It feels that it is the light side. I'm gonna be defensive because that feels childish. My ship isn't battered.
You act like I have insulted your man. Your ship I haven't seen. But if it takes after you, it can't be in perfect condition. I am done being inconvenienced by you.
Really? What if I have a lightsaber out?
Another interruption. You must not have heard who I am. Waste another's time, not mine. Someone less important.
Okay. What about you?
Zeron keeps goading the mercenaries. I think he should let the little things slide. He's making things worse for everyone.
Gross. Why would he do the... Don't let the little things slide. Just keep them where they are. This door is magnetically sealed and cannot be opened. Of course. It looks like it will require a keycard to open this door. Yes. The other one was called a private door. This is just a security door. The naming schemes of the doors in this place is slightly amusing and confusing. Oh. We got a militia. Everybody stretches a lot. And Turina Adare over there. I'll be right back. I'll just explore the rest of the place. Berun Modrul.
What brings you to Kunda? Do you have any troubles to report? I'm here to help. I just hope you aren't here about Garavek.
I might cause some trouble of my own, actually.
I see. Well, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to go over the militia rules, then. Kunda and the salvager camp are under militia protection, so a friendly scuffle is all right. But if any blasters are drawn, there'll be hell to pay. But if you buy some Jedi trinket and you're not satisfied, you're on your own. I'd stay away from the mercenary camp. We've had difficulties with them. We don't patrol or investigate there anymore. A trip there and you're on your own. Follow the rules and we don't have any problems. Oh, and Pato Ado doesn't cheat as far as we can figure. So don't complain about the Ithorian either.
Who are you?
Well, call me a defective protocol droid. Manners, right. I'm Barun Modril. I'm Captain Zeron's right-hand man. I help run the militia here. Well, that makes it sound more important than I am. Zeron takes a hands-on role in running the militia. If you have any real trouble, you'd have to go to him anyway.
There's 2 references to the word manners. The game never mentions that word. The entire game. You can tell when they write the same... When they write the 2 characters in the same day. Let's see. Nobody likes their boss hanging over their shoulder.
This is... sensitive. It's not really a secret, though. A lot of people are upset with Zeron. He's a hard man and doesn't answer to anybody. Except, I suppose, the administrator. The thing is, he expects everyone to follow all the laws. That's not normally a bad thing, but the mercenaries are used to having a bit more freedom. So, it's like Zeron keeps prodding a rancor with a stun stick. To a rancor, it's just a minor nuisance. But if you keep at it, he's gonna fight back. The mercenaries aren't unreasonable. They're mostly just war veterans looking for work. But Zeron just keeps poking them. So he has to get involved to make sure that the militia does what he wants. Otherwise, we'd probably give the mercenaries some room.
Has the administrator talked to him about it?
Maybe. It's hard to say. They meet a lot. But it seems to me they let each other alone for the most part. I'm sure there's a lot going on with the militia that the administrator doesn't even know about. It's tricky. You see, I think Zeron may be taking this whole thing a little personal. I'm not sure. Just a guess. I also think he's doing more to provoke them than just investigating every complaint against them hard. He's up to something. If someone could just ask a few questions, turn up some answers, maybe see if Zeron isn't being completely honest with the rest of us, well, then maybe he should be replaced.
Wouldn't that make you captain?
I don't want to be made captain that way, but if my hunch is right, he's just about the worst person to leave in charge. So if you happen to find something out like that, you should see Administrator Adare. If you have to do some footwork to check into things, you'll be compensated. We should probably talk about something else. I hate going behind the captain's back. I just feel... I just have a feeling about it.
Seems like Dantooine has had a lot of trouble.
I don't even want to get into it. Ask around if you want to know the details. It'll just make my headache worse if I talk about it. I don't know what we'd do without Administrator Adare. She managed to plow through a lot of the family bickering once the Sith left during the war. She's kept us together. Oh, and, Zeron too, I suppose.
It sounds like you don't approve of Zeron.
This is... sensitive.
If I look into this, is there any chance I could get a reward?
Definitely. The militia makes sure to reward anybody that helps out Dantooine. And if he's doing something risky...
I've got a few questions about the other people here in the settlement.
I'll tell you anything that's public knowledge. Most militia news passes by me and Zeron. I might be able to help.
I want to visit the ruins of the Jedi Enclave.
You should see Administrator Adare about that. She'll be able to set you up. You're not a typical salvager, so I don't expect you'll have any trouble there.
I wonder if you knew anything about Sulru's problem?
Oh, you heard about that. We have so much to look into that Sulru's concern is pretty low on our list. We asked the salvagers, but they claim that the salvager responsible is nowhere to be found.
I'm looking for atmospheric sensors for Sadie.
I don't know what Sadie is up to. He's working directly with Zeron on that investigation. Sorry, I can't help.
I've heard rumors there's a Jedi around here.
I've heard that rumor too. People get really riled up about Jedi around here. Some people seem to have a selective memory. During the war, the Jedi were a big help here. They did everything for us, from clearing out dangerous beasts to solving a murder investigation. I try to stay out of it, though. Standing up for Jedi is one way to become unpopular around here.
That solving murder investigation is a famous quest from this particular planet in the first game. And it's an interesting quest. It's really well done. I really enjoyed it. I mean, it's not amazingly done, but it is one of the highlights of the game for sure. It is really well done. The Jedi are a blight, though. Their time is over.
I've heard all that before. I don't agree with you, but there are plenty of people who would. Talking about Jedi is just depressing these days. Any other cheerful problems you want to talk about?
Can I talk about something else?
I'm here to help. What do you need?
Yeah, I'll be going.
All right. Stay out of trouble now.
Journal entry added. And...
Hello there. You haven't had any new troubles, I hope?
Not with this lightsaber, I haven't. Apparently I have evidence that Zeron's actions are endangering Kunda. I'll leave that for later, because I want the actions to endanger Kunda well.
All right.
Yep. I'll see you later. Not with my lightsabers, though, because I'll stop bothering people with the lightsabers. I don't think anything's going to happen. A Doom LARP, also known as live-action role-playing. Greetings, fellow sentient. I notice that you are not heavily armed, or at least not heavily armed enough. Please allow myself to introduce myself. I am a Dune, a simple merchant with a noble purpose. The settlers and other fine humans of Dantooine have been plagued by war, Cathound, Skinwrath, mercenaries, and other fearsome troubles of late. It is much, much too sad to see these things happen to such humans. Therefore, my mission is clear. Selling arms, right? You are astute human, and quite correct. To overcome their troubles, they must be able to defend themselves. Therefore, I offer the highest of quality weapons at the lowest of low prices. For them, I am here offering you much in the way of weaponry at low, low prices. How can any sentient pass up such a bargain? They cannot. Weaponry it is, and weaponry I have. What is it you would like from me this fine day? Let me see what you're selling. Yes, yes, here is the best you can find anywhere on this world. Barandu novice robe. No, I want the good robe. Do you have good robes? You'd expect to be able to find really powerful robes over here, honestly. Because, you know, it's the land of the Jedi. But they don't have anything. Hey. Weaponry it is. Yeah, I would like to ask you some questions. I shall endeavor to be of service to whatever endeavor you are on. What is it you wish to ask? How long have you been here? I started my business here during the Jedi Civil War. I worked hard on my mission by helping the hardy settlers here. But things got bad for the humans here. The Sith invaded and killed lots of Jedi. Settlers were arrested and executed. Fortunately, I was spared, but many important sentients were not. After the war, I stayed and helped the administrator and the militia by providing quality weapons at low prices. As thanks, they gave me this fine office. But my mission is not done. Too many Cathounds, Skinwrath, and other troubles. More arms are needed to make things safe. What do you know about the mercenaries? They are looking for work, but they get restless. If they get too restless, they are dangerous. It is best to be well-armed! ! Nice banter. You try the same line on everyone? If you have something that works, why change it, I ask? Why are there so many Kinrath and Cathounds around? Because brave humans do not buy enough of my weapons. But even with my good weapons, I fear there are not enough sentients to use them. With Cathounds, wild Cathounds have been a problem for many years, but the Kinrath have been borrowing and making life difficult only recently. I sold some of my finest explosives to Zeron to blow up their caves and tunnels, but they made more tunnels and more ways out. When traveling outside, I always carry weapons. It is very dangerous out there. Not everyone can have the best, but I can offer it. Come back, he says. Weaponry it is. It's weird. Yeah, you can't go back to these questions here. I shall endeavor. You shall. Oh, I can't ask any more questions. I think I should be going now. Not everyone. Not everyone indeed. Well, I don't really need your weapons. Because I have the best robes in the game, maybe. I don't actually know. Militia. Excuse me?
I heard a rumor that the administrator met with a Jedi. If that's true, I'll quit.
No, the administrator hasn't met with the Jedi. Speaking of which...
Don't cause any more trouble for Dantooine. We've had enough of it for a lifetime.
I wonder if that's the militia line. Because I had the lightsaber outside as well.
I'm the militia captain here. Are you here because you're in trouble or looking for it?
Looking for it, actually. That's good. I don't actually know if these guys are bad or good. I'm pretty sure they're bad, but in the world of Star Wars, I don't know that they're bad. I'm looking for it for the proper price.
Depending on how greedy you are, we might have some work for you. Before that, though, you got any other reason for coming to militia headquarters?
My affairs are my own concern, not yours.
I suppose you're right, as long as you don't break any laws. I'm sure you got questions of your own, and if you're interested, I might have some work for you. You want something?
What sort of work do you have?
I've seen a lot of visitors come through Kunda. You're the first one in a while that looks the capable sort. We have a small problem with Kinrath. Maybe you've already seen some of them. They're coming from a cave in the Kunda Plains. I'd take care of it myself, but there aren't many people in the militia. We'd lose too many men. There's a reward if you do it.
And you're just willing to lose women, then? Because, you know, we're all women. Apart from HK-47. Why is this place so overrun with Kinrath?
Kinrath are normally just pests. We think something happened to their nest. Started near the end of the Civil War. Nobody knows for sure. Even the Ithorian. And they're smart about such things.
How dangerous is it?
Very. The Kinrath you see on the plains aren't as tough as the ones inside the caves. They may not look much different, but they are tough.
How much is the reward?
2,000 credits.
With so few settlers, lives are much more important than credits. What's that supposed to be? Oh, right. That line is weird, but it's me trying to make him care less about money. With so few settlers, lives are much more important than credits.
I agree with you, but I don't barter. I got more important things to do.
That's not what barter mean. What the heck? What does barter mean? Barter doesn't mean haggle. This is not the first time I see that. Barter doesn't mean haggle. I thought this was... Oh, this is a shame. Oh, it's a shame. I saw... There's this one character in Pathfinder Kingmaker that says this. I'm not here to barter when they are there to barter. Because barter just means trading goods. And I said, no, you're here to barter, you idiot. You're not here to haggle. And I figured it was because the writers of Pathfinder Kingmaker, they're not native speakers. And it's easy to get words mixed up. I know, because I'm not a native speaker, so I'm very, very sensitive to some of this stuff. But the people who wrote this game are native speakers. They know what's up. They got themselves mixed up. What do you know about the cave?
We used some explosives to seal the cave a couple years back. Just made them angrier. They burrowed another entrance even closer to us. I know there are crystals in there, too. Some of the salvagers once thought about going in there to get some extra credits. Too many Kinrath, though. Cave is on the southeast side of the plains. Shouldn't be hard to find.
And the reward?
2,000 credits.
I'll see what I can do.
That's all I can ask. You want something?
What's Garavik's connection to the militia?
Some of the salvagers went deep into the ruins and found a lot of Jedi relics. It's the most valuable haul the salvagers ever got. But all the salvagers that went down there are dead. So it seems every day or so some salvager comes claiming they're owed by such and such, or that they're related. The whole thing makes me sick. Garavik says he won the whole claim in a Pazak game with the last survivor, right before he killed him. But that was a fair fight. There were witnesses. But nobody remembers Garavik ever playing Pazak. I just hope someone takes this blasted claim off my hands. I'm tired of those lowlives pestering me. We've got real work to do. You want something?
Actually, Barun asked me to investigate Hugh. That's a good point. I don't know what that means, because I might not have the chance to be dark side after I say that, or I might not have the chance to be light side, which wouldn't be a problem. But we're gonna see about that in a little bit. Can I ask you some general questions?
You really should talk to Barun about general questions.
Yeah, Barun. It's I mispronounced the name. How is the militia doing?
There aren't more than a dozen of us, and there's too many problems. People keep hoping that the Republic sends help, but we gotta help ourselves.
What do you know about the administrator?
She's smart. She gets things done. The whole place would fall apart without her. Dantooine isn't the center of much anything. Our most talented people sometimes leave. Hard for someone to stay a farmer when they have the itch to do something greater. So we're lucky the administrator never went elsewhere. I bet she'd make a decent senator, even.
What? Oh, that is a weird line. Hard for people to stay a farmer when they have the itch to do something greater. Like what? Rocket engineering? What do you think? You just do better farming if you want to do something greater. I mean, unless you just don't want to... Like, if you're just going to go and become a painter, that's not necessarily greater. It's just, it's different. It's like, what? That's a weird line. It also implies upward mobility in their society, which there isn't. I mean, there is, but limited. Very limited, in fact. I thought that was like a major point of the setting. Yeah. Could you tell me about Kunda, just in general? I'm in a mood for general.
It's our home. Might be the start of an honest capital someday. Right now, it's not much more than a swoop bike stop.
How do you feel about the mercenaries?
I don't have anything to say about that.
Well, I guess that's it then. Journal entry. Quick save.
It's you again. Well, you know who I am. I figure you've got a reason for coming back. You want something?
No. Baroon, or the other way I pronounced it, asked me to investigate you.
He did he? What's this about?
He wants me to find some dirt so he can take your job.
I know people, and that isn't like Baroon. I have no patience for people like you. We're not going to talk about this again. You want something?
He has no patience for people like me. Well, I have no patience for people like you then. I'll just reload my save and not tell you anything about that. Because that might actually lock me out of some parts of the quest and all that. And you know how it goes in RPGs. You never know. You never know what's going to happen. Especially when it comes to Baroon maybe berating me. Or however his name is pronounced. And there she is. Terena Adare. I was going to say you don't have chairs. She does. There's 2 chairs. They're just not sitting down on them.